This is the exact system I use to visualize, plan, and set goals and organize my life using Notion. If you clicked on this video, chances are that you have tried everything to get more organized. You have read all productivity books, you have tried every method, but you still can't figure out a system where you can not just plan your goals, but also manage your entire life. So in this video, I will give you a tour of my Design Your Life Notion template, show you how to use it to get started, and also give you access to my free vision book template. So once you download the template, this is what you will see. The template is designed in two different layouts with similar databases and properties. The only difference is in the fonts, icons, and navigation bar. Here I've used Notion's default font and icons with the vertical navigation bar so you can access all the pages directly from your dashboard. And in this layout, I have used serif fonts with colorful icons, but here I've replaced the vertical navigation bar with a horizontal one. So here you can see that Dream is just a heading under which you have your vision board and goals. But in this layout, Dream is no longer a heading but has now become a page inside which you can find your vision board and goals. Now, why did I create a horizontal navigation bar? A, because it makes more space for things on your homepage, and B, having a page like this with an overview of your databases makes it kind of easy to get into your focus mode. Say if you just want to create a vision board and set goals at the moment, when you open this page, you cut out all the clutter and focus only on the most important task. So this is your home page, and the first thing that we have is the Start Here page, which is a step-by-step guide for quickly setting up the template. Then here you can write the words of the year, and next to it you can write down your daily affirmations. Next we have the mobile view, which is a simplified view of your databases optimized for Simply open this page on your phone and you will have quick access to your databases. Next to it we have Dream, which is where you will reflect, visualize, and plan your goals for the year. Then we have Plan and Act, which is where you will turn your goals into projects and then further break them down into daily actions, along with a monthly and weekly planner, a space to write down all your notes and save resources, and also a travel planner. And finally, this is where you will track your habits and manage your finances. Now, as we scroll down a little, we have an yearly progress bar on our left, followed by this section which you can use to write down important reminders for the week or the day. And here you can plan your morning and evening routines. If you're not the person who follows such routine, you can simply delete these sections and replace them with your monthly planner or any other database that can fit here nicely. Then on your right, you have an overview of the vision board, goals, projects, and actions databases to remind you of your vision and goals daily, because we often forget our resolutions as time passes. And the purpose of a vision board is to keep your aspirations front and center so you can see them every day and be constantly reminded of what you're working towards. As we scroll down a little further, we come to the Actions database, which is organized into different views based on the status and due date. And anything you are supposed to do today will appear here. This view shows everything you're supposed to do this week. Actions with due dates after today can be found here, and here you'll see actions with due dates that have passed but are still incomplete. And finally, this section shows you completed actions from the past 30 days only. Now here's a tip: if you want quick access to your entire actions database from here, go to the main actions database, copy the link to the view and paste it here as a mention. This way you can simply click the link and be taken directly to the full database where you can see all of your actions. You can also prioritize your daily actions using urgency and priority property here. For example, let's say writing a script for this video is something that's urgent and needs to be done on priority basis today. So I'll select urgent and high priority here, and it will automatically move to the top of the list. This way I can easily see that among all the tasks that I need to do today, this one is the most urgent and needs my immediate attention. Next to it, you will find your monthly planner where you can plan your month and weeks. Below this, you can see your project sorted by the number of days left until their due date. Moving down, we have the habits database where you can track and log your daily, weekly, and monthly habits. Next is the notes and resources database. Any notes you've created or links that you've saved over the past week will show up here. And the rest of the homepage is dedicated to your finances. So here you can track your income, expenses, you can find your monthly and yearly reports, and keep a track of your upcoming subscription. Now let's scroll back up to the top and take a closer look at what's inside each of these pages. This is where you will reflect, visualize, and plan your goals. You have a navigation bar here with an overview of your vision board and goals. And if you scroll down, you will see your goals categorized by quarters. So let's start from the top. This is a small reflection exercise that you can do if you want to have a sense of direction on what goals you should pursue and where to focus your time and energy this year. Moving on, we have a vision board. So once you have a sense of direction, now it's time to write down and visualize what do you want each area of your life to look like. So I'll create a new page first, and now let's say my vision is to become a YouTuber. I'll write it down here and then I'll select the area that it's related to. Next step is to go to Pinterest and pick an image that you can emotionally connect with and put that here. Repeat this for all areas of your life, and once you are done, this is what your vision board is going to look like when you're finally done. Alright. Now let's set some goals. So we'll go to the goals page now. Create a new page and first pick the vision from your vision board property here. So I'll pick becoming a YouTuber as my vision. And you can see that the area of life will automatically show up. Now for me, an outcome that can make this vision of becoming a YouTuber a reality is if I am able to upload one video each week. That makes it 52 videos in 2025, so I'll write that down here. I'll set the status to in progress. Now I know that this is something that requires me to work on it throughout the year, so I'll select Q1 to Q4 yearly goals under quarters. Now when you select a goal as a focus goal, you are making it a priority for the next quarter, and for every quarter you will decide which goal you will be focusing on during that quarter. So I'll mark this goal as a focus since it's my priority for the next quarter. And your progress bar will move based on the completion of the projects that are under this goal. This is something that I learned recently, that if you write down your why behind the goal, think about the potential obstacles that you might face, and you come up with a plan to deal with those obstacles, you are more likely to achieve your goals. So here are some prompts to guide you. Let's quickly fill in each of these for this goal. Now repeat these steps for each goal, and once you're done, you will see all your goals categorized by quarters here. And then here you will only see goals that you marked as a focus. So you know that these are the only goals that you're working towards in the next quarter, right? Now scroll down and you will see all your goals by area, just like your vision board. So we have our finances, then career, then fun and hobbies. So this is where we come to the next step. Alright, so this page has everything that you need to plan and take action. You have all of these pages here along with the travel planner. And then you have an overview section with all of the databases. And if you scroll down, you will see the trip planner and monthly planner databases here as well. So the next step after setting goals is to break each goal down into projects. So we'll start with creating a new page. And I'll pick the goal of uploading 52 videos on YouTube here. And I can see here the goal, that's vision, the progress of the goal, and the area that it is related to. Goal could be broken down into monthly, quarterly, or weekly projects. I choose to break this goal down into weekly projects. So for me, it will be something like upload video 1, Notion Tour of Life Planner, and I'll set the status to in progress. Pick a deadline that would be this week, let's say. And then based on the end date, this formula here will calculate the number of days to go. And your progress bar is based on the status of your action steps. So as you complete your action steps, your progress will keep increasing here. Now this property here, you can use this to write down any details of your project. And then we have the key results property for projects that are measurable. So let's say if instead of going with weekly projects, if I had turned this goal into a quarterly project instead, so my goal then would have been to upload 12 videos in Q1. In that case, the number of videos that I need to upload become a measurable goal, right? So I would write the target down as 12, and as I upload the videos, I will fill in the current score, and it will calculate the number of videos needed to complete this project, right? Then as you scroll down here, you will see all the action steps, notes and resources related to this project. Now, two things can happen here, right? So either you already know what steps you need to take and when do you need to take them. So you can write them down here directly in the under action steps. Or you can use a monthly planner to plan out the steps based on your schedule. So we'll now jump to the monthly planner. So this is your monthly planner. This is where you will plan your month and your weeks. And I have already created a page for each month. All you need to do is open the page and select new page here. And it will open up the template that I've created for the planner. So this is what your template is going to look like, right? So we'll start from the left. So the first thing that we have is our monthly goals. So you can write here what are your top priorities for this month. And I can write here that I need to upload 4 videos on YouTube this month. And then I can use this section for dumping down any task or idea throughout the month. And on your right, you can use this section to write down about any upcoming events and set a reminder like this here. Then you have a tiny calendar widget here. In the center, you will see an overview of your goals, projects, vision board, actions by priority, and all of your pending actions. This overview will help you in monitoring your progress towards each of your goals and plan your weeks accordingly. Let me show you how. So if you scroll down, you will see a weekly planner. Now I can break down my monthly goal of uploading 4 videos into weekly goals. So now my weekly goal would be to upload my first video on YouTube, right? And now I will brainstorm what all actions do I need to take this week in order to complete this project. So first I will write down my entire schedule, like what all other responsibilities I have. So I have an example done for you. See, I need to first launch the template on Gumroad. So I decide to do that on Monday, let's say. And then I can see that I only have time on Tuesday, Thursday and Fridays. So let's say before this dinner on Tuesday, I will brainstorm ideas to shoot the tour video, and I will get the script ready and shoot some B-rolls. Then I have time on Thursday, so I can record the tour video and put all the videos together. And just like that, I can plan my entire week in a way that by Saturday I have my video ready. So now I know that I need to write a script for my video on Tuesday. So I'm just going to create an action step for Tuesday and set the status to high urgency and high priority, right? So that's how you can plan your weeks and action steps very conveniently in this entire template. Now the last thing I'd like to mention here is pick a day to do a weekly review so that you know whether you're actually working towards your goals or not. So this is just 15 to 20 minutes of exercise that you can do once a week to keep a check on your goals and come up with a better plan if you're not making any progress towards them. Alright, now let's jump to the next section. Alright, so this will be a collection of your notes and resources categorized by your topics of interest. So since my goal is to become a YouTuber, one of my topics of interest can be YouTube itself, right? So let's say I came across a really good video on how to create killer YouTube intro and I want to take notes on it. So I'll simply create a new page in my notes database and write down my takeaways from the video. Here you also have AI summary property. So once you are done taking notes, you can use AI to create a summary of your notes. All the notes that you created in the past 7 days will appear here. And all the notes that you need to review once before you mark them as complete will appear here. Then here you can find all the notes that you saved from the past 30 days. Then you have your notes by status, by topics, and under completed section you will have all the notes that are complete, that are marked as completed. And under archive you can put all the notes you no longer need, right? Then we have resources, so any links or any article or anything that you came across that you think is worth keeping can be saved here. Now we'll jump to the next section. So this is your travel planner. This is where you will plan all of your trips. You have a navigation bar with all the pages inside the trip planner, and then on your right is the overview of your trip planner, where you can see the status of the trip, the country that you're visiting, your travel dates, and the number of days left to go on the trip. Then scroll down, you can find your upcoming bookings for transport and accommodation. Here you have all of these different properties which are pretty straightforward, so I won't go into the details here. And then you have an overview of the countries that you have explored and your bucket list. So here you have a list of all the countries, right? So once you've visited a country, you can mark it as visited or explored, and then it will show up in your countries that you have explored, right? And this is where all of your travel related resources can be found. Now let's see what's inside each of these pages. So we have the countries database. So here you will find all of the countries along with their capitals. Then we have cities database, where you will see all the cities that you have visited or you're planning to visit during your trip. So again, they're categorized by the trips. Then you have bookings. So here you can find all of your bookings for transport and accommodation. If the trip is booked or is in progress, your bookings will appear here, and once the trip has been completed, all of your bookings will be automatically moved here. Next, we have the trip guide, where you can research and plan places to go and things to do during your next trip. Again, this section is categorized by trips, so you can pick the city, the type of the place it is, and whether you have planned to visit this place in your itinerary or not. And you can also mark a place as a priority, as in you definitely do not want to miss out on visiting this place during the trip. So once you have researched all the places, you can scroll down and plan your itinerary right on this page. Then you have a travel log. So if you are a person who likes to keep a travel journal, you can use this database as your journal and write down about your trips. Now let's see what our trip planner looks like. So here you can pick the travel dates, the country, the cities that you're visiting, who are you traveling with, and overview of your trip guide. Then you have an itinerary here along with a packing list on your right, followed by your trip guide. So you can either research for your trip here, or you can plan, or you can use the trip guide page as well. Then you have your bookings section, where you can find your accommodations and transportations, followed by trip expenses. This is basically linked to your finance tracker. So all of your trip expenses will also reflect in your finance tracker, right? And finally, you have your travel log here. So that's all about the travel planner. Let's move to the next page. So this is the page where you will track your habits, manage your finances, and track your wish list. So on the top, you have your finances overview. So you can have an overview of all of your income, your different income sources, expenses and expenses by category, savings and subscriptions. And then you have a habits overview. So you will find all three databases here. And then finally, you have a wish list. So your entire wish list will come up right here. Now we'll start with habits. This is your habit tracker, and it is inspired by Atomic Habits. If you open this toggle, you will have a little start here guide where you will find some pointers from the book to help you in building habits. So in this database right here, you will brain dump all the tasks that you want to work on, and then you will set the status for each, whether it's a habit, whether you're building it, whether you're actually working towards it, or if consistency has been achieved or not. And then you will decide on the frequency, so the frequency at which you want to repeat this habit. And then you will write down the time and location at which you will actually perform this habit, and also a smaller version of the habit, so that on days when you don't feel like doing the entire work, you can just do the bare minimum and be done with it. Then when you open this page, you can find some questions that can help you in planning better. Then we have the daily habit section. So this page will automatically be created like every day. You just need to write down the number of day that it is, and you just need to track your habits, and below it you can find the chart where you can see your progress. right? Then we have the weekly habits. So there are certain things or habits that you might only want to do on a weekly basis, maybe let's say 3 times a week or once a week, right? So you can use this weekly habit to do that. I have already pasted a screenshot on as to how can you change the frequency of this habit. And then you have your monthly habits, things or habits that you want to repeat just on a monthly basis, that all those habits will go here. So here I have monthly goals review, decluttering and finance review, and a day to self. This is something that I want to do on a monthly basis. It may or may not be a habit, it might just be something that you need to do once a month. So you can write those here and use it as a way to track whether you have done it or not. The next thing we have is a wish list. Wish list is basically where you can just write down the things that you wish to own or that you wish to give somebody else or anything like that, right? Then we'll jump to finances finally. This is where you can track your income, expenses and budget. The first thing that you'll see is a list of your bank accounts with their current balance, followed by a breakdown of your income and expenses. Then you can log in your income and expenses here, and if you scroll down you will see an overview of all of your income sources. So how much you've earned this month from each source and how much you've earned in total. Based on your expenses categories, you will have an overview of how much you've spent on each category this month and how much you've spent on each category overall, right? And lastly, here you can set and track your monthly budget. So you just need to set an amount for each category, and based on the expenses that you log in over time, it will automatically calculate the amount spent this month and your available balance. And right next to it you will have a visual breakdown of your budget. Then you have transfers. Transfers is basically any amount that you have transferred from one bank account to another. You can log that here to keep your current balance up to date. Then you have a savings tracker. So it's pretty straightforward. You write down the amount you need to save, and based on how much you have saved, it will calculate the amount needed to reach the goal. Then we have subscriptions. So you just need to fill in these details and it will automatically calculate the next renewal date for you, so you can track when the next subscription is due. And then finally you have your monthly and yearly reports. So here you will find a breakdown of your monthly and yearly expenses and income, and this is how it will look like. All right, so we are finally done with the tour, and this is everything that you will get with this template. And that's it. Yeah, if you want to grab the template, the link is in the description, and there is a special discount for the first 100 people who download the template. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.